Hey Credit Warriors, Credit Shifu here. Well, recently in the mail, we got this from American Express. The world is yours with Platinum. It's kind of a end of year summary for the Amex Platinum, kind of similar to what Chase sends for Sapphire Reserve members at the end of their card member year. Right now isn't the end of the card member year for us, so I don't know exactly why they've sent it at this time. But anyway, basically inside it tells you sort of the value you're getting from some of the key benefits on the card. And inside here, it just lists out all the benefits that if you haven't used, you're missing out on. So I think it's basically getting people to, hold on to their cards and not cancel them by showing them what great benefits they are receiving. I'm not sure if Amex is doing this because they've noticed people canceling their cards or not. I don't know. But anyway, it looks like they're trying to get you to keep your card. But today we are going to look into the truth behind this and whether these benefits are really worth all this money. And what I'm going to do in this video, we have done previous videos on the Amex Platinum, like offsetting the annual fee with the benefits, etc. But in this video, we're going to look specifically into our account, look how much points we've earned, how we've used the credits, and whether we have got enough value to offset the annual fee and more out of the card, and whether this is true or false. So let's get started. So first of all, I did go back through the points summary page, and from February 2018 until February 2019, which is the date on this, February 2019, so that's why I'm doing it those dates, we earned 49,442 points. That's quite a lot. Now, we actually did earn more than that by doing referrals, but since not everyone has a YouTube channel where they can refer cards to massive numbers of people, I'm going to leave that out for now. I'll put that in at the end of the video just to give you an actual figure, but we'll stay with this 49,442 figure. We'll round it up to 50,000 points. Now, we were able to earn that many points largely because of the 5x on air travel, okay? So you can see 5x, that box is ticked because we have used that benefit, okay? So 5x on air travel, there were 2 times when we used it last year, booking air tickets, and we were able to bring a huge amount of points in all at once. So the first time we got 8,160 points, and the second time we got 14,249 points in one go, okay? So that's a huge amount of points to get in one go. We also use a lot of Amex deals where we get like a 2,000 point bonus or whatever. And there was something we signed up for, the pay over time feature we signed up for, and you get 10,000 points for signing up for that as well. So in total, we got 50,000 points. That's about the same amount of points you get in the typical sign up bonus. So we were able to get a sign up bonus without even, opening a new account. So that's really great. Now, the value of those points, some people value Amex points at 2 cents per point. That is a justified valuation if you're booking business and first class. So if that was the case, it would be worth approximately $1,000. But I used these points last year for booking JetBlue. I think I got about 1.25 cents per point in value. So we're going to use that valuation for our 50,000 points. So that brings us to $625. Okay, that's the actual value that me and Mrs. Credit Shifu got out of that in terms of spending the points. So you can see with that, the annual fee of $550 is already paid for. So that's pretty amazing, right? Now, I did say we did a load of referrals, so we actually maxed out the referrals, and you can get 55,000 extra bonus points a year by doing referrals. You get about 10,000 points or 15,000 points, I'm not sure, can't remember, but you get 10 or 15,000 per referral, but it's a maximum of 55,000. So if you add that to our 49,000, you get about 104,000 points. So that's what we actually earned last year. But just because not everyone has a YouTube channel, I'm not gonna include those because I wanna show you guys what you could actually earn realistically. Okay, next up we have the Saks Fifth Avenue credit. Now this is $100 per year. It was brought in last summer and you get it in 2 goes, okay? $50 every 6 months. You don't get $100 at a time. So our first $50 we got from last summer because it was brought in last summer and we kept it until Christmas and we used it to buy Christmas presents from Saks. Now, this $50, I'm not going to include it because although we bought Christmas presents from Saks, I don't really think it was used effectively because those were things that we perhaps wouldn't have bought unless we had that credit. We were literally just going through Saks's website thinking, oh, this looks kind of good, we could get that for this person. It wasn't really what we truly wanted to buy for those people, and some of the things we bought were kind of meh, So I'm not going to count that first $50, but the second $50 that we got at the beginning of 2019, we used that very well. We bought a Nespresso machine from Saks. I actually did a video about this, how I got various discounts on it. But one of the things I used was, we used the Amex Platinum to buy it. So we got a $50 discount And then an espresso machine, I literally use it every morning. I mean, look, there's a coffee cup right here. I've just drank one. It is great. I really, really love it. So that $50 I'm going to count. So from the Saks credit, I'm counting $50 in value. Next, we have the $200 airline fee credit. Now, we used this to buy American Airlines gift cards last year. As of 2019, though, there is some problems. It seems that Amex isn't reimbursing for American Airlines gift cards anymore, which is sad because we do have another $200 this year. We'll probably end up using that for entry into Admirals clubs and maybe actually airline fees, which is what it is used for, baggage fees, etc. That's what it's supposed to be used for. But definitely the one from last year, we still have those gift cards. We'll probably fly AA in the summer to go to the UK, so we'll use those to book the ticket, so we get $200 off. So I will count that as positive value, $200. Next up, we have the Amex Platinum Uber credit. Now with this, you get $15 off Uber rides every month, and I believe it's $35 in December, just because the way it works out, you know, $15 every month for 11 months, and then the rest is in December, $35. So you can, you know, take a bit of a longer Uber ride at Christmas. We normally use it at Christmas for a ride to JFK Airport to fly to the UK, and the monthly ones, you know, for the other months, we normally use it for Uber Eats because we do actually order takeout at least a few times a month. So that's something we would do anyway. And we just use the Uber credit for that and, you know, order through Uber Eats from our favorite local takeout place. So that's definitely spending we would do. So I do count that all as positive value, the Uber credit. It's definitely value I'm getting back. So that's another $200. Now, the card does have a few other benefits like lounge access. I'm not going to count that for this version of it, although I'm going to do another version in a minute where I do count that. And then hotel gold status from Hilton and Marriott. I'm not going to count that for last year either because we actually didn't really stay in any Hiltons or Marriotts where we benefited from having the status, okay? It gets you free breakfast at Hilton. Well, we stayed in a hotel at, you know, at JFK that we didn't even eat breakfast at. Some of the other hotels we've stayed in give free breakfast anyway without gold status. The Marriott one, Ritz-Carlton in Grand Cayman, we didn't really benefit from having the status. We weren't upgraded in our room, we, you know, etc. We perhaps earned a few more points off it than we otherwise would, but it wasn't really that beneficial for us last year. However, it has been very beneficial in the past, but I'm not going to count it. So we're going to look at the total now. So adding together, $625 from the points, $50 from the Saks credit, $200 from the airline fee credit, and $200 from the Uber credit, we get a total of $1,075 in value. We then minus the annual fee, $550, and that brings us to $525. So I would say that's really positive value. I mean, we're $525 up. So definitely very, very pleased with the Amex Platinum last year. Okay, now we're going to do the extreme value version of this, guys, all right? So we're going to add in all those 55,000 points from referrals. So we'll call it 100,000 points. I know it was actually 104, but we'll just make the math a bit easier. We'll use the maximum, well, not the maximum, but the sort of average value for points if you're redeeming for business and first class, which is 2 cents per point. So that will bring us to $2,000 worth of points, okay? Next up, we have the Saks Fifth Avenue credit. We're going to include the full $100. Next up, we have the airline fee credit, $200. Then we have the Uber credit, $200. And then we have lounge access. Now, American Express does say that in the Global Lounge Collection, which includes Priority Pass, Centurion Lounges, they say here $399 in value for Priority Pass Select. So that's basically $400. So we're going to add that in. I'm not sure how much Centurion Lounges would be because you can't actually buy tickets for them. It's only if you have the card. So we're not really be able to add that in, but we'll just add in at least the Priority Pass, which is $400 in value. I didn't add it in the first one because literally if I didn't have these credit cards, I probably wouldn't pay to go into lounges. I just get to the airport later and spend less time in an airport, right? But lounges are nice if you have them. But yeah, in the original one, I wouldn't add it because I wouldn't pay to go in them. So that brings us to a total of $2,900 in value, okay? And we then deduct the $550 annual fee, and that gives you $2,350 in value. So that's huge value. That's really just, you know, potential value though, because you're not necessarily always going to get 2 cents per dollar for your points. Priority Pass, you know, depending on how many times you use it, it may not really be worth the full fund at $400, all right? If you only use it a couple of times a year, it's definitely not worth $400. So, but guys, we're just giving you the potential value, okay? We're extreme value version. If you are someone who's kind of a power user who always redeems for maximum value for points, can do loads of referrals, all that kind of stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed this. The one thing that we haven't done yet, you can see this is the only box that isn't ticked, is the Fine Hotels and Resorts collection. Now that's because we always redeem points for hotels. So booking through Amex, these very expensive hotels with cash, I don't know whether that's really worth it for us, but maybe in the future we will stay at one of them. But right now, this year we've just been doing Marriott and Hilton hotels, paying with points. So, as a conclusion to this video, I'd say Amex Platinum absolutely is worth it. Even if you're not that much of a PAL user, it's still worth it, especially if you're buying flights with it. You can accumulate a huge amount of points that way. The benefits really do add value. Some of them are easy to use, some of them aren't. You can look at your own personal situation and work out what value it would be for you. And I'd be interested to hear it. So if any of you have done a similar calculation, please leave the value you got out of the Amex Platinum in the comments below. We'll be heading off to Cancun in just a few days, so we'll have a load of interesting videos for you guys. American Airlines business class review, the Hyatt Ziva all-inclusive resort review, all that kind of stuff coming up next week. As always, we'll put some of our best credit cards in the description below if you want to learn more about cards such as the Amex Platinum, all those great travel credit cards. You can click on the link, check it out. It is an affiliate link, so it does help out our show. We thank you very much if you do use it. And we will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.